All right, everybody, as promised, welcome to the channel again. It's your man J Life here at J Life Charts. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that notification button so you can get the most up-to-date information. And you definitely don't want to miss this brand new series coming out, my weekly charts. Weekly charts. I'm going to hit up as many pairs as you guys want. You can put them in the chat, put them in the comments there, whatever pair you want to look at. I don't care what it is. If you want corn, cotton, whatever you want. We're going to take a look at the weekly analysis. So this week we're going to start with Euro USD. We know a lot of things are going on right now. Today is actually Saturday. Market's closed, as you can see. So it's a good time to kind of take a breather, reevaluate what's going on in the market. I have started with the weekly chart here so you guys can see. It's been a pretty steep dive, you guys, since May of 21. Yeah, since May of 21, it's been a pretty steep dive, and the euro hasn't really found any footing. What I mean by that, there hasn't been a sizable pullback. Almost at all. Yeah, no sizable pullbacks. And so what I'm looking for here is this is where the current market is. So the last 2 weeks, though, the euro made a comeback. We dropped down to, oh my God, 99 cents. It's been a long time since it was 99 cents per dollar. Euro USD. That's crazy. I didn't even realize it dropped that low. All right, so on the weekly chart, though, we see what we see. 3 weeks of sellers, a couple weeks coming back. You guys see there hasn't been any sizable pullback. We had kind of like some dojis here, small pullback here. This one was a big jump here, but then got swallowed up with a huge sell-off. So we haven't had any real movements to the upside in a while. So what does that mean? Does that mean that we're going to look for sales only? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. But there's a good chance that this market is not going to shoot all the way up here this week. And so we're looking for targets. I'm going to give you my targets for the week, where I think the market's going to try to come up to. And then if we get an opportunity, I'll tell you where we're going to sell down to. So weekly chart so far, let's zoom in a little bit. And I'll even take it to the monthly really quick. So you see, this might be a bottom. You see, we had this big wick like that before. And then the very next one actually dojied on us and went even lower, shot up and came back down. This one came back down. And then eventually there was a turnaround to push this market back up. But we haven't seen that kind of turnaround in a minute. So we're going to focus on this particular area. Right now, this is the monthly chart. So July has been pretty bleak. We went from $1.04, almost $1.05, down to 99 cents this month. The month's closing tomorrow, so we'll have a new month on Monday. Yes, Monday. And we'll see where that candle opens. But right now, we did find some buyers here at 99 cents to push us back up to $1.02. And so I do expect some upward movement potentially this week, but I don't think we're going to overtake any of these heights. So what I mean by that is this is the last time we had a buyer. Do I think we're going to make it all the way up here this week? No, I do not. Does that mean the market can't do it? No, doesn't mean the market can't. But the likelihood of it, without it being news induced, probably won't happen. But what I do like is that we had a bullish engulfing candle to overtake this seller, and then even though this is just a doji, it actually held. We didn't lose any ground. The sellers came in pretty strong though. So the market closed right here, sold it all the way back down to here, and the buyers pushed us back up. Try one more time, and so this was the big fight. So typically after the big fight, I want you guys to see this. Typically after the big fight, you get a move. Look at that. Big fight right here. Market shot up. Big fight right here. We were coming down. We had market close right here. The sellers came in, pushed this market down. Buyers tried one more time and got smacked back down, and then this market just ran away. So typically, right here again, it was the fight. Market was coming down hard. It closed right here. It pushed down. Buyers tried to come back in. Boom. Market sold off. Big move. So typically after a doji, I mean, you see it over and over again. Big move. Here was the fight. The sellers won. It was the doji. Pushed it back up. Sellers won. And so I'm expecting, this is the weekly chart. After a fight, I'm expecting a big move to potentially push this market up here to maybe 103, or this market could get liquidated and come back down to this 99 cents. So that's what I'm anticipating. So I'll just put that out there right now. I could see this market potentially coming up to that height. We'll see how good I am. And if it rejects, I can see it coming back down to this level for sure. So those are my parameters, if you will, for this week. Let's see how good we are. Let's just see how good we are. Let me make that a sell candle. Sell line, I'm sorry. Sweet. So I expect the market to try to test one of those this week. If we go down to the daily, we can see that it looks like we tried. This market got smacked back down. Big seller came in, buyer came back, but then we got pushed down again. So here's the target level I'm looking. And actually, I'm going to refine that just a little bit. And if you guys know how I trade, I'm going to the bottom of this candle right here. I'm saying that the market's probably going to make it or try to target that area this week. And then on the downside, it's probably going to target that area this week. So we'll see. All right, so those are my targets. And so now I'm going to start with my fibs. So I'm going to go from this high point down to this low point. And let's see if we can get that 618 to 50%. Market could come to this point. That first line that I gave you, that 508, is actually in this area. I don't see much structure in this area though, so I think it might try to come a little bit higher up here, but we'll see. And if you're looking for sales, this would be the area I would be looking to sell in. So let me get rid of this really quick. If you're looking for sales, this is the area I'd be looking to sell in right here this week. So let's turn it red. I think we're going to try to make it back all the way up here this week. And so from the buy side, though, if you're looking for the buy side, it's the daily. I like that so far. So we'll go down to the 4-hour chart to evaluate a little bit further. You guys see how the market made it up to this point, got rejected again. But we found some support at this area. So I could see this market working its way down. If it does, before this area, I can see it's coming back down here. So I'm going to make this one green so you guys can see it. I can see the market coming down here. And if we hold this area, then we'll fight back up. If we lose this area, we're coming down here for sure. So this is kind of a very, very important zone for this week. These are my targets. I haven't given you any trades yet, but these are my targets. I believe we're going to come back down to this area if we get rejected up here one more time. About this 720 area. If we get rejected up here one more time, we're coming back down here. And that would be about a 200 pip drop. So we don't want to miss that either. So I'll get you that in a second. All right, so here's my analysis. Euro USD, you guys have my targets. I think we're gonna. This is the highest I think we will make it this week, and this is where I think we'll bottom out somewhere in between this area this week for sure. Potential buy entries for me are down here. This area right here, I think we could definitely catch a buy in this area and a sell in this area. I have one more potential area that is a moment of truth. And that is right there. You guys will see that it has rejected off that level many times. I think we're going to try it one more time. This move right here is going to try it one more time. If we break this level, I'm looking to buy it all the way up here. I can see that happening. If we break this level, I can see try to get it all the way up to the top here. And so, what does that mean? that means I'm watching this area probably on Monday to see. If it breaks above this area, I'm just going to buy stop it all the way up to this area and try to get up here to about there, maybe 125 pips. And my stop loss, maybe around there, bottom of that area. This is predicated only on if we break and close above this area. See how we haven't not been able to do it. We wicked it. We have not been able to break and close above. If we are able to break and close above on a 4-hour candle, I'm buying it. I'm telling you now. I'm not telling you to buy, but I'm buying it. So that's what I like right there. EURUSD, that's my first potential buy area, and that's very, very close to where we are right now. The second opportunity would be this. If we get rejected off this level one more time, then I'm selling this thing all the way back down. All the way back down to this area that I told you I'm looking to buy. Boom. And so we've been in some consolidation in this zone, so I'm expecting a break one way or the other. I showed you on the weekly that it was a doji, and we expect a move. That's why I expect this move to try to pop. I think we're going to try to pop this week up here for 125 pips so we can break this. If we get rejected, I'm going to sell this thing right here, all the way down here for maybe 200 pips. So that's the most immediate price action I see right there. This will probably happen on Sunday night, Monday morning. We'll get this answer, whether it rejects or not, and then we'll trade accordingly. Now, once this happens, if we're buying up here, then I'm not really going to look for a sell. I'm trying to ride my trade out, but I do expect the market to try to come up here later in the week. Let me scoot over a little bit more. Later in the week, I could definitely see us trying to sell from over here. So I'm going to say maybe we get up to about 104. That's just a rough estimate. Yeah. About 104 right there. I think we're going to try to make that area right there. And we'll just put it up here just to be at the top. I think the market's going to try to make that move. And if it does, then I'm going to sell it back down to this area. That's what I like, to potentially try to sell it back down to this area. All right. So we got 3 potential trades, just waiting on what the market tells us. Now, what happens if the market rejects down here and comes down here? Am I going to buy? You bet. If this market holds down here, I'm going to try to buy this thing. All the way back up. Tell you guys got it. Right there. That's what I like right there. So I have, wherever the market goes this week, I'm going to be ready for it. I'm going to be absolutely ready for it. Now, these are kind of stretched out so you guys can see them and they won't mess with my candles. But this is all going to happen within a week. So the week starts July 31st. And we're going to run it all the way to the 5th. So we'll see how this plays out. We have an entry here, about $1, 542, somewhere around there. I'll kind of refine that area, but basically somewhere in this box. Somewhere in this box is what I'm looking for. These are kind of like just reference points. They're not exact trades, but they're reference points. So there's 4 different opportunities I'm looking for. If the market continues to hang out into this area, I could definitely still just ping pong it from here to here, from here to here, unless it makes a clean break. I want a clean break of this area or a clean break of this area. That's going to tell me what I need to do next. If we lose this area right here, this could be big. So let me just put this last note in here. If this area gets lost, then I'm going to sell this one down to a new low. So I think we're going to at least get back down to here. If we lose that area, maybe even lower. Why do I think maybe even lower? Because as you guys can see on that weekly, we just keep putting in a lower low than this one, a lower low than that one. We just keep putting in lower lows, and we haven't got any pullbacks in this particular move. So you see how in this move we did the same thing. We got this drop, we consolidated, and then made a big move back to the upside. We haven't gotten anything like that so far. So what may happen is something like this. We may get this drop like we did here, and then get this movement. Now, this really consolidated from April of 15. I mean, almost a year and a half almost. It basically just stayed within that $5. That's a kind of a wick. It's a $14 area. And that's a big zone, but that's really just consolidation right there. So that is what could potentially happen. We might just hang out in the zone here, maybe from this dollar or 99 cents, maybe back up to this $8, and kind of hang out there. I mean, maybe for the rest of the year. We'll see. But as far as this week, I think we're definitely going to get a move. We could be right here in this move. Right here. We could have one more drop left in us. That's why I think we might go lower. And then, or we could be at this point right here where we just put in that bottom, make a push back up, come back and solidify that bottom and try to push up. So it looks very, very similar. It looks very, very similar. Last time we saw a steep drop like this, and that's why I'm referencing this line. This looks a lot more like this drop than this drop. This drop right here was kind of a slow grind to the bottom. This right here was a free fall roller coaster. So I think that we could see something like this on this week. So let me go back to my 4-hour chart. I gave you at least 5 different opportunities of what I think is going to happen this week. And no one knows the future, so that I just gave you information to be ready. This level getting broken right here, we're going up. We're going up. We're going to make it all the way up here if we can break this level. And if this level gets rejected, we're coming back down here. You saw we almost did it here. It was the first rejection. Look at this. This next rejection went lower. This next rejection went lower. That's why I'm anticipating. If we get rejected right here, we're coming lower. Everything is saying, see, this was a high point, higher high point, higher high point. Then after that, high point, equal high point, lower high point, lower high point. So this is the moment of truth right here for EURUSD this week. Mark my words. This level right here is going to tell us everything we need to know. The most important thing, though, it has to be a close above, not just a wick. A 4-hour candle above this area, and I'm buying it. All right. If we get rejected off this area, what do I mean by rejection? This will be a rejection. Market came up here and then closed back down below. Then I'm selling this thing all the way back down to here. And if we make it down here and hold this level, then I'm gonna take this opportunity and try to buy it back up. But if we lose this level, 4-hour close below, then I'm hitting this one right here to a new low. We might see 98 cents. So that's where we are. That's 6 different, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different opportunities of where the market could go this week. One of these scenarios is going to play out. Either we're going to try to make a big push to the upside and take back everything we lost, or we're going to just fall to the floor. Now, if you want to know what the dollar says, the DXY is pulling back too, but it's pulling back to a nice area of support. And so we may get one more push to the downside. If this level gets broken, then that's when you see that EURUSD shoot up. If this level holds, EURUSD is going to go down to that 99 cents. All right, you guys heard it here first. Don't sleep. You heard it here first. The entries are in there. These are reference points. The zones is what I'm really looking at. If you want to trade those, you can take a trade wherever you want in those zones. But I do believe that once this scenario plays out, it's going to tell us what the rest of the week is going to do. All right, everybody, that's EURUSD. Let me know if you like these weekly analysis. I'm going to do a bunch of them for you guys. Just put in the comments or the chat whatever pair you want to see, whatever you trade, and I'll give you my weekly analysis on it. And we'll do this every Sunday. I'll probably try to drop these on every Sunday. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like. Trust me, you do not want to miss these weekly analysis. Thank you.